What's up guys, Marco here back with another Google Ads and eCom Q&A video where you can ask me questions about Google Ads, eCom, but also like general marketing, dropshipping and stuff like that. I then pick some of those questions, so you just have to comment them below and I will then answer them in a little video like this. So you probably noticed that recently I didn't, release too many videos. This is because I was just too busy with other projects, a lot of new clients. I was finishing my new course version, which is now released since 1 week roughly, and also working on an entirely new e-commerce project myself now again. And all these things led me to, not being able to shoot that many videos. I want to do more now in the near future again. And this being said, let's get started with just one notice before that. If you want to participate in some discussions and learn about Google Ads and e-commerce, make sure to join our Telegram channel, which you can find in the description. And if you want a free 67-minute video right from my course entirely for free, make sure to check the description as well, because there you can get the video. It's taken straight from my training. It's about testing your products. So it's a massive product testing video, and I hope that you will get a ton of value out of that. So make sure to check that out as well. And let's get started with the actual Q&A. And the first question comes from 4 Leaves Clover, and he's asking, "Hey guys, I don't even get any click. What am I doing wrong?" Okay, very general question, but because I know that so many people struggle with getting clicks on Google Shopping, let me give you some notes what you can do. The first is that you don't get clicks because you don't get impressions, right? And I'm not sure what was the case here. It may be a low click-through rate, but it may also be low impressions in the first place. If you don't get impressions, make sure that you bid more, make sure that you have like higher daily budgets, test whether you get more impressions if you set your campaign options as accelerated instead of standard, and also make sure that your feed is well optimized. Now, of course, we could talk about all these individual things for like hours now, but because I have a lot of questions to answer, this is the short version of what you can do to get impressions. If you don't get clicks, make sure that you test your product image. Make sure that you play around with your titles and descriptions. What can you do to stand out? Because on shopping, if everyone is the same, it's really hard to get traction. So getting more clicks if you get impressions is all about testing, finding out whether you can do better if you are just changing your ad and trying different things, right? So this is definitely something I would try out. As I said, you can also consider bidding a little bit more to get a higher position, and sometimes the higher positions on shopping also get way higher clicks. Then we have the next question from Mario, and he asked, "Hi Marco, my Google Shopping stats don't match my Shopify store visits. For example, Google shows I have got 20 clicks, but my store shows I have only 8 sessions. Do you know what can be the problem or solution for it?" Well, Mario, there are a lot of people, including myself, who regularly have this issue. And it's not always really clear what it really is, right? So sometimes Google shows that you have that many clicks because some of them are fraudulent and they are not actually calculated as users in Shopify. Also, sometimes in order to get calculated on one tool, they need to have JavaScript enabled or some other stuff enabled and not for the other one. So there are a ton of reasons why this can be the case. In general, it's usually easier to identify once you get some more clicks, like 100 or 200. Then it's usually easier if you see like 100 versus 20. Then you see that there's something massively wrong. What I also recommend is that you ask both Google support and Shopify support. So usually the Shopify guys can help you quite well. They usually get someone else involved and then they try to help you there. And this is something that I highly recommend because there are literally tons of reasons for that. And Shopify usually knows quite well what you can improve on and what you can do in order to avoid these things. But in general, as I said, some technical stuff like JavaScript being enabled and versus not enabled, etc., fraudulent clicks, some bot clicks that are not calculated as clicks from Shopify, and so on and so forth. Many reasons why this can be the case. But of course, as you said, 20 versus 8 sounds fairly extreme. So you definitely should try to get this sorted out with Shopify. Then we have Shabib, and he asked, "I have a white niche store based around gadgets. What's your thought about this?" Well, Shabib, I think that a white niche store is definitely better than a general store. So I assume if you have gadgets, and then it's still a super, super broad store where you can have a ton of stuff, right? Probably a ton of products that fit in there. But the point is, a broad niche store, a wide niche store has still the advantage that you have a rough topic. So you know that every person in there tends to be interested in what you have to offer. And if someone goes in there to buy like a drone or to buy like some smartwatch or some other gadget or some toy, chances are that they're interested in that stuff in general and not only in that one particular product, right? So people who buy like a smartwatch or something like that are probably also more likely to buy some other technical item, or someone who buys a drone is probably also much more likely to buy like another, toy kind of gadget, right? So I think it's a very good idea. It's better than general store. It's worse than a really dedicated niche store, but you guys know that I'm a huge fan of that, and I see that many of you guys just don't want to do that, and it's perfectly fine. I don't want to annoy you with that now again. But yeah, that's definitely a solid way to do things. And then we have Nick, and he's asking, thank you for the values in your videos. I have started a niche store and ran Google Shopping ads. I got now 5.71k impressions with 52 clicks, by far no sales. So far no sales, I assume. I have optimized my landing page with effort. I also got an app records the behavior for every visitor. Still struggling on spending without sales. What would you recommend me at this point? Run Google search ads or retarget my visitors? Thank you. Well, Nick, thank you that you liked the video so far. I really appreciate it. The thing is that the problem here is that 52 clicks are not much. So when you told me, I have started and run Google Shopping ads and no sales and stuff, it sounds like you already got hundreds of clicks. But with 52, what you're assuming here basically is that you are getting a conversion rate of 2%, right? Because 50 clicks expecting a sale is like expecting a 2% conversion rate. And while this is like industry average or e-commerce average, it's still a really good conversion rate for a starting dropshipping store. So many people think, 2% is average and you should have that. As a dropshipping store, when you're starting out, it's very rarely that you have 2% right away. So this being said, 52 clicks is just the very, very beginning. You need to get more clicks, more data, more visitors so that you can make better decisions. But first of all, I would say that you should run retargeting ads as soon as your retargeting audience is big enough, which is 100 people. So if you don't have other traffic sources on top of that, this means that you don't have enough people to retarget them. So in this case, you could prepare a retargeting campaign, you could set it up and everything, but it won't deliver yet, and that's totally fine. But I would do it because as soon as you can, I would also run retargeting ads as at a low budget, like $2, $3, $4, $5, something like that, right? Then I would definitely say that you should run some more shopping ads. So you said search ads or retargeting. I would first try with more shopping ads because search can work very, very well. And yes, I agree, many people overlook them entirely. But 52 clicks, you're still in the zone where shopping ads usually are the lowest hanging fruit. So I only recommend to go to search if shopping didn't work at all, or if you have a store where it makes a lot of sense because you have like collection pages where you can send people to, or if you want to scale and if your shopping ads are running well and now you want to test more stuff. Search is almost always a very useful thing to do, but I would say in your case, it's still a little early and I would just try to do some more with shopping ads. You may probably, 52 clicks means that eventually you just tested like 20 products and each of that products get like only 2.5 clicks on average or something like that, right? So there is still plenty of room for testing. This is also the problem, like you never know exactly when is the right point to stop. And here, again, the video that I mentioned at the very beginning, the free video that I gave away from my course, can help. So I would also highly recommend, Nick, that you check out the link in the description, get this free 67-minute video about product testing. I think it can definitely and massively help your business and your store in that case. And I hope that you get some further value out of it. But in a nutshell, don't run search ads, don't run retargeting ads right now. Focus a little more and a little longer on shopping ads. And then we already have the last question from ManyLabs, and he says, thanks Marco, your videos are really useful and contain really important exclusive contents that I didn't see before. I have question, how I can choose product from my store to marketing it on Google Shopping to make my first sale. My Shopify store is general. Thanks Marco. Yeah, again, thanks for the feedback and you're very welcome. The question is I'm not sure if I understand it correctly, actually. How can I choose a product from my store to marketing it on Google to Shopping to make my first sale? I'm not sure whether you mean like how to pick a product, or whether you mean like how to actually test just one product on Shopping, because the latter, if you only want to test one, you have to go into your campaign within Google Ads, campaign settings, then you go to the ad group, and then where you see the product groups, you just exclude everything besides that one product that you want to advertise, right? So this is how you advertise only one product instead of everything. The first, if you don't know which products to test, of course, that's impossible to tell you right here without knowing any details. In general, what I like to do is test the products first that are the most expensive ones, because they tend to have the highest margins and everything. I also like to test those first that are not like massively represented on Google Shopping already. So if you do a quick search and you see that all these competitors are battling for those users already, and everyone is like putting all their products in there, you know that this is probably not the best product to start testing. There are many more points, and there are many more in-depth strategies. And again, for you, I don't want to talk about it too often here, but same here. If you want to learn how to test in the best way and to have my testing framework, make sure to also check the link with the free video in the description, because this may answer your question if I got it correctly. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that this will definitely help you finding out which are the products you should test, how do you test, and all these kind of things. And if anything is unclear, leave another comment below, and probably I can help you in the next Q&A session a little bit better. So this was it for today's eCom and Google Ads Q&A session. I hope again that it was very helpful for you guys. As I said, if you want me to answer your question, or at least consider to answer it, I get a lot of them, especially also on email and Telegram, for example, and Instagram. Make sure to comment below. This is the best way to ask a question, but also, go to Telegram, join our channel. We are around 80 people there. Not that much yet, but we get some really good discussions here and help each other with eCom, marketing, Google Ads especially. So if you want to learn more about it, make sure to check this out as well. And now I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Please subscribe to not miss out on that, and also leave a like if this eCom Q&A here was helpful for you. And until then, I will hopefully see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.